Hi, my name is Susan Raubenstraw, and this is my story. I grew up in Berea, Ohio, and met my husband when I was in high school, and then we went off to college together. I grew up with two sisters and a brother. Our church was our lives, the center of our lives. As my life went on, my husband and I were brought here to the Youngstown area because of my husband's work at WKBN. After we were married about 5 years, we then started having our family, and our first son was born, and then our second son came along about 5 years later. After the birth of my second son, Christopher, it became more and more apparent that the differences between my husband and I were broader, were bigger than I ever imagined. Our values, our morals, and our faith was totally different. After about 20 years of marriage, and during that time a lot of verbal abuse, some sexual abuse, and emotional abuse, found out he was having an affair, and I knew at that point that my marriage was ended, and it was. But before he left, he asked me to do one thing, and that was to tell him what makes me the way I am, and what makes me have such strong faith. And so I did, and I told him all about that, and that my strength was in God. And even though I said that at that time, I knew I had a lot of healing that I needed to do. I had to face that giant of fear head on, and I simply couldn't do it in my strength and in my courage. Yes, there is shame, there are emotions that I never thought I had within me, and the things that I would have to face and handle could have been insurmountable for me. And yet they weren't. I was ready. God had readied me. And so the boys and I tackled one thing at a time and faced those giants head on. But this time, it was in God's strength and in the courage that He gave to us. Well, after all that happened, a year later, I was at a choir banquet, and I kind of hunched over, and here my heart had stopped, and they had to put in a pacemaker. Since then, I have had 4, and my heart has stopped twice. So it's an incredible journey. We all have them. But when I came to Old North, it was clear that I was home. People reached out to me. They literally scooped me up and took me into Bible studies and helped me to get into small groups. And it is my great joy and my great honor to serve Him by visiting our shut-ins at Old North Church. He's given me an opportunity that is incredible to visit people who can't be with us on Sunday morning. Those of us who serve in this ministry have the opportunity to take that to them. That is what my story is all about, that no matter what giants we have to face, He will be there, and He will never leave us nor forsake us. Listen to Him. That is the most important thing, is to listen and to hear His wee small voice speaking to your heart. He created you, and He knows just what you need, and He will work all things to good because He loves you. Even youths shall faint and be weary, and young men shall fall exhausted. But they who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles, and they shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. I know more giants are to come. I know there's going to be much more to face, but He's continuing to work in me, his transformational work, day by day, moment by moment. He's my all in all, and I am so grateful to be a child of God.